Folks, something terrible is happening to our troops. They risk everything to defend our country. But now a growing number of U.S. soldiers are taking their own lives. Tonight, one Army base is taking extraordinary steps to try and stop it. Well, we begin with the suicides haunting Fort Campbell, the Army base near Paducah, Kentucky. It's not the only place where troops are killing themselves, but the numbers at Fort Campbell alone led commanders to order a stand down, shutting down operations for 3 days beginning today. Pentagon correspondent Chris Lawrence is at Fort Campbell tonight. Chris, tell us exactly why do they think this is going to help?
Well, Roland, it's designed to just clear the table and focus everyone just on preventing suicides. That's why every soldier here has now been assigned a battle buddy to look out for each other. And you know, so far this year, a Fort Campbell soldier is nearly 3 times more likely to kill himself than die in battle. Think about that. 3 soldiers from here were killed in Afghanistan. 11 committed suicide. And again, it's not just one base. There are 64 potential suicides in the Army this year. The Marines had 41 last year. Roland?
Chris, is there any one reason they can point to as to why these soldiers are killing themselves?
It's tough, but about 70% of the suicides last year listed relationship problems as at least part of the answer. Now, the Pentagon is trying to get a lot of these soldiers more time at home, but it cannot and will not happen for at least 18 months when we're completely out of Iraq. And some officials have told us privately they're literally holding their breath until that happens.
Well, isn't that really the bottom line problem, is this redeployment? Can you stop the suicides without stopping this many? 3 redeployments for some of these folks facing a 4th.
You can definitely reduce the number.
Paul, we heard Chris in that piece there talking about, you know, the idea of we have the drawdown in Iraq coming. We're going to get some relief maybe because these troops can come home and finally, you know, catch their breath. In theory, that sounds great, but we're also talking about ramping up, having basically a surge in Afghanistan now. We're sending, you know, thousands of new troops over there. A lot of them presumably are going to come from Iraq, going from one boilerplate to the next. I mean, is this trend really going to slow down much until we're completely out of Iraq and Afghanistan?
We don't know, but we can definitely eliminate some of the risk factors.